Hey, what's up? What's up? Joe in Vegas back with another review. So I got some free tickets to go see this show, Freestyle Explosion Throwback Jam. I was offered some tickets. I kind of looked at the thing and I'm like, I don't know. All it said on the list that I saw originally was Young MC, Taylor Dane, Lisa, and Stevie B, and friends, and more, or something like that. Didn't really care for Taylor Dane, Lisa, Stevie B. I don't know. I kind of knew their songs growing up. It wasn't really my type of music. But Young MC, I've seen him before. I remember him being great. I saw him as part of like an I Love the 90s kind of show. Bust a Move is awesome. You know, I am a rock kid. I've always been a rock and roll kid. I grew up on 80s metal and 70s rock, classic rock. But back then, old school hip hop and rock really went hand in hand. Obviously, you know, everybody knows about the Walk This Way with Aerosmith and Run DMC, but you know, when rap came out, it wasn't a threat to rock. It was just it complemented it. There was a lot of sampling in old school hip hop that came from rock and roll, from AC/DC and these old, you know, rock records. So they really went hand in hand. They went really well. Rap over the years changed. It got completely away from rock. It got shittier as far as I'm concerned. But I always loved old school hip hop. I grew up on, you know, Run DMC and Beastie Boys and all that stuff. So when I saw Young MC and Bust a Move, which I always loved that song, I figure, you know what, they're free tickets. Let's just go. We'll see Young MC. We'll leave early. I had another party to go to later that night. So I said, fuck it. So when I got there, I actually saw the marquee and I was surprised because it was a lot more than what was advertised. So the full lineup was MC Shy D, 69 Boys, Young MC, Tone-Loc, Rob Base, Pretty Poison, Debbie Deb, Taylor Dane, Lisa, and Stevie B. So I'm like, wow, this is a lot more than I thought I was getting. So this could be interesting. Love Tone-Loc. Who doesn't love Tone-Loc? And Rob Base is one of the old school hip hop. You know, It Takes Two was such a big fucking song back in the day. So by the time we got there, we were a little late, so we missed Pretty Poison. I'm not even sure what song they sing. I'm sure it was a big hit because all these people here had a hit or two. Walked in for MC Shy D, and I don't honestly remember him, but he put on a really good show. The energy was great. We really enjoyed that. And then the 69 Boys came out. I didn't know who they were by name, but the second they started singing, I recognized the sound. They had like dancers on stage, like the old 90s, like two guys in the back doing the same thing. It was just, I don't know. The vibe was great. They were great with the crowd. They had that big song Tootsie Roll, and they had another song too. But it was a real fun. That was the vibe I got out of the gate. This is going to be this is like a house party. That's what this is. This is a house party in an arena. Everybody there is there to just dance, just have a good time, just kind of throw back to back in the day when music was just a lot more fun, man. This music was fun. So those guys were great. I really enjoyed them. I was just sitting in my seat laughing. It was comfortable and just watching it. Young MC came out. You know, the last time I saw him too, he's always impressive. He's not a one-hit wonder. This guy's got a couple songs, but more than a couple songs, even the songs you don't know, he is really a talented guy. He's a talented lyricist. He's a talented rapper. You know, I don't think he got the respect that he deserves over the years. Tone-Loc came out and just I thought it was the best part of the night. Tone-Loc, I've seen him 2-3 times also. He's just great, man. He's just dialed into who he is and what his songs are, and he brings girls on stage to dance and the Wild Thing, Funky Cole Medina. These were great songs. These were such fun times, and it's very nostalgic. That's a good word for this night. It was very nostalgic. Then after him, Rob Base came. Rob Base, I might be mixing up the order. Yeah, I think before those guys was Debbie Deb. I didn't remember the name. I didn't recognize the name, but I recognized one or two songs. She only did one or two songs, but they were these real 84, 85 kind of cheesy pop radio hits that just stay in your head. It's a real distinct sound. There's a place in this world for that kind of music, and this is the place for it. One of these throwback jams. So she was all right. She didn't sound so good, but the songs are catchy. Rob Base came on. Rob Base, in my memory, was really up there early on in hip hop. You know, Joy and Pain and It Takes Two were just massive songs. He was part of that movement of Run DMC and those guys that just help break, rap through to the masses. And he looked great. He sounded great. He looked great. Also, great energy. It was a great set. The beauty of these kinds of shows is, you only hear 3 or 4 songs from each person. So they come in, they play 3 or 4 songs, usually one new one or one deep cut, and then they'll do their 2 or 3 hits. And then they move on. That's why I always love these kinds of shows. I love the 90s. I love the 80s. I went to one last year where it had like Rick Astley and Salt and Pepper and New Kids on the Block, and it was so much fun. Just they were bouncing around. This one would come on, do one hit. This one would come on, do one hit. I love those kinds of shows. It's like listening to a mixtape. It's listening to the radio. You don't know what's coming next. So it was great. So Rob killed it. I thought Rob and Tone-Loc, they might have been back to back. I don't remember the order, but that was the meat of the show for me. Now I know people were there for Stevie B. I couldn't even tell you a Stevie B song. I don't know. Taylor Dane, we stayed for most of her set. She sounded good. She looked good. She put on a real show. I mean, she had dancers and the whole deal. Unfortunately, and again, good for people who didn't have anywhere else to go. I had somewhere else to go, but the show started at like 7:30 probably because we missed the first one. It was pushing. It was past 10 o'clock, and still Taylor Dane was still on, and Lisa and Stevie B were still coming. So I think that show probably didn't end till 10:30, 11. That makes it a 3-hour show. What a bargain. I got my tickets for free, but I know they were not expensive. So you got a full night. You got a 2 or 3 hour show of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 different artists. I mean, if this is your style of music and this is your era of music, this is a great time. It's a great time. In between each set, they had local DJs who really hyped up the crowd. They were like hype men. They were hyping up the crowd. They were promoting another show coming up with Ice Cube and some other people. They were doing giveaways, T-shirt giveaways, side stick. It was fun. It was a real festival fun atmosphere. Unfortunately, I had to leave. So I actually like Lisa Colt Jam. I knew a couple of their songs, but I didn't have a chance to stay for her, so I can't be honest and say how she is. And Stevie B, I probably wouldn't have stayed for anyway, even though people seem to be there for him. It's just this was never my style of music. I probably would have recognized a couple songs if he once he started singing. I'm sure I would have recognized a couple of those songs. But overall, even though I missed the main 2 headliners, I would say that this was a really good show. I really didn't expect it to be that good. I really didn't. It was really something that came out of left field. I honestly was not even planning on doing a review. I was just going to go there and just, enjoy the show. I usually bring a little camera with me. I didn't bring the camera. I just used my cell phone, so I don't really have any good pictures, but I did take some video. The side camera that I bring with me is it does better in low lighting. That's why I bring it with me to these shows. It's the low lighting kind of fucks up cell phone cameras. So if you're ever at a show, can't figure out why you can't good clean cell phone videos, it's that low lighting and the white lights on stage that just fuck up your cell phone. So I bring a little Sony camera. The link's in the description. It seems to adjust better to that kind of lighting. So anyway, enough of the technical. Scale of 1 to 10. I'm going to give it an 8.2. I really enjoyed it. If you would ask me before that show, I probably would have told you it would have been a 4 or a 5 out of 10. I really had zero expectations. That's why I wasn't even going to review it. But it deserved a review. It's a great show. If you're thinking of seeing it, go. It's great. If this is your style of music, you will be in heaven for 3 hours. It is fun. Everybody's on their feet dancing. Everybody's happy. And in this world where everything is shit and everything is negative, to have something like that to go to for 2-3 hours is as good as it gets. So thanks for listening. Subscribe.